Hey, it's Jake with Intermark discussing marketing through the lens of psychology in today's CMO Minute. This week's Minute, we're going to be discussing, you guessed it, the economy. Now, McKinsey and Company runs a monthly consumer pulse survey to gauge how consumers are feeling about a number of topics. Last month, there was an interesting piece of data that showed up that highlights some of what's going on today. On the far right of this chart, you can see that consumer spending actually dropped significantly from February to March of this year. Now, keep in mind, we're in late May, and we expect that consumer spending has continued to fall over the last couple of months. And that helps explain why we're seeing what we are seeing in the stock market over the last month, which is a major retraction in consumer spending as inflation has increased. Now, without uttering the R recession word or talking about the economics of this, I want to talk about some of the implications. One of those major implications that happens in an economic pullback is consumers change their spending habits. One of those things can benefit marketers, and that is consumers are dramatically more willing to change brands. Now, this is a great opportunity for marketers, particularly those who have invested in brand spending over that time. And we are seeing this in this turn of affairs over the last 12 months. Consumers are increasingly likely to change brands and evaluate other brands in their shopping exercises. Now, we're going to discuss this certainly over the coming months, but in this week's blog, we'll dive into this particular phenomenon in a little bit more depth at intermarkgroup.com/insights. As always, keep your questions coming. We are getting inundated with questions about the economy and the effects on marketing. So we're going to dive much more deeply into this topic over the next several weeks. We'll talk next week at the CMO Minute.